Welcome back to the Shop Mini RC, everybody. I'm Ken, and today we're looking at another new rig. This one's from Rlaarlo. It is the X12S Buggy. They come in two different colors. Look at that there. Boom, boom. You can see we got the orange and red. There's also a blue and red and black. They're blue, red, and black, and orange, red, and black. But you get the point. This guy looks pretty sharp. It's built on the same platform as the Rogue One, which we've got right here. Ugh. Boom, and we will compare them, show them next to each other, kind of show you what's up with that, and yeah, we'll dive into this guy. This thing looks like it's going to be a blast. So let's go ahead and dive into it, and yeah, let's hang out. Here we have it. Look at how good that looks. Here's everything that comes with. Looks like a little sticker sheet. We'll open it up here. Some screws, you know, stuff like that. The wing. And you need scissors, guys. I broke my scissors yesterday. Ugh. All right, a full-on sticker sheet for Rlaarlo stuff. Pretty cool. Got the 12S sticker on there. Kind of neat. I wish they were smaller. I wish the stickers were smaller. There's some more Raging Bull. Instruction book. Does that have the full exploded view in there? There you go. Exploded view. Kind of small, but it works. I'm sure you can find a PDF online for this. There's a YouTube video, TikTok, links for all that stuff. Our rear wing, little toolkit and extra gaskets and the larger pinion. So that's good. A little bit larger pinion. Some double-sided sticky tape for if you move things around or your ESC loses adhesion. And then our little USB charger here. I highly recommend just getting a good hobby grade charger. These work fine in a pinch. It's cool to have one for 3S, but really you just want to get a good hobby grade charger. We'll go ahead and throw this rear wing on. There's two different mounting holes here, so that's nice. Just a 2mm screw goes in here, and you're good to go. You probably won't notice much of a difference between the front and the rear. It's not a huge change, but I don't know, maybe if you were racing these guys every week, you would start to feel a difference on the downforce. But yeah, boom, there we go. We mounted it forward just because I feel like it'll, I don't know, maybe not break as easily. Not that I think it's going to break, but let's check out the livery on here, the stickers. So Veercast, not sure what that is. X12S, obviously. And we've got this Raging Bull livery, which is very familiar. I think they could have done a little bit better job on the way this Raging looks. I don't know, maybe scoot the A over a little more. It looks like it's supposed to be 2 words, but it's all good. Yeah, what else we got here? Oh, we already got a Shop Mini RC logo on there. Got some panel ply. We saw that on the drift car. Got our tethered body clips, which I really like that they're tethered. The Rogue One also had tethered body clips. So that's nice that we don't lose your body clips. All this is painted. There's no stickers. It's all painted, which is cool. Look at how nice that looks. Even the carbon fiber here. That is a well done carbon fiber paint, at least in my opinion. I think that looks really good. What else we got? Let's see. Seems like a decent thickness Lexan. Got a little Lexan on the front here. And there's the underneath. Love these wheels and tires. They look super sharp. Our Buggy panel ply. Some decent looking shred pattern there. Seem grippy enough. Love that Rlaarlo does these awesome chassis etchings. See, this looks more like it's printed. I don't know if that's not etched, it's printed. But still looks very cool. I dig that. All right, let's start looking at some of the details of this guy. Just so you know, the tires are right at 75 millimeters in diameter. They're on a 12 millimeter hex, so that's cool. I'll go ahead and pull one of these off. There you go. We'll just verify. Yep, 12 millimeter hex. We have bearings in there with our cross pin. Don't lose that if you take off your hex there. Also got CVDs on the front, which is nice. That's super good. The rear has dog bones, which is totally fine. Dog bones are fine on the back. They're actually going to be a little bit stronger than CVDs, just because there's more material in there. They're going to be reliable, right? What else? What else? What else? I love that we've got the sway bars on the front and rear, just like the Rogue One had. Also got adjustable turnbuckles. Speaking of that, they did send us out some upgraded turnbuckles just to check out, as well as these shock caps, shock covers, protectors. These do not come normally with it. These are upgrades, but we're going to probably throw at least the shock covers on there, and we'll save these guys for if we bend anything during our runs. But cool that they've got those options out there, and there's going to be a lot more upgrade options and other things like that because it's based on the Rogue One, so there's going to be a lot of similarities and shared parts. There's also a servo saver here on the bell crank, which is very good. The servos seems pretty decent in the Rogue One. I assume they're using the same one here, so that'll be nice. As far as electronics are concerned, it's the same motor. It's a 3600 kV. It's the 2945. Nice heatsink on there. This is a 45 amp ESC, 3S capable. Super cool that we get a 3S battery included. This is kind of their standard battery that Rlaarlo uses on everything. It's a 2200 milliamp hour, so pretty good size battery. They use these on a lot of their rigs. Man, they still have that screw here. At least there's some foam in here now, so that's nice. It would be nice if they just built up the plastic here. Right in there, if they just kind of built up the plastic to make it even with the screw mount there, and maybe taper it down or something, just so it's not a hard piece there. Here, let me show you something. The Rogue One has the exact same thing, and I've had the battery get nicked by that thing. So I don't know, you could try to Dremel it down, or maybe put some more foam in there, some shoe goo just along the sides of it, just so that it doesn't hit so hard. I just wish they would fix that, because it's definitely a way, if you hit hard, you might damage your battery. We beat the heck out of our Rogue One really bad, and that was the worst thing that happened. So it's probably not really too bad of an issue. It just makes me uncomfortable. I don't like that there. I worry it's going to damage the battery. Maybe even a little thicker foam here. Like I said, just tapering this off would help a lot. So it's not just a sharp, circle-y edge there. That would be super, super helpful. Anyway, moving on. That battery is on an XT60, and it is an AMAS plug, so it's an official plug, which is nice because sometimes there's knockoff plugs for XT60s and other adapters, and if you don't have one from the actual manufacturer, the actual designer of those plugs, sometimes you can have issues. They'll have shorts or get loose over time, things like that. So definitely nice that it's an official AMAS plug. I like how they mounted it here. That's cool. You can always remove that if you don't want to. Super simple. But it's nice that it's there. It just kind of helps keep things solid and in place. And we've got a receiver box here, little antenna poking out. We'll open that up probably here a little bit. On an off switch, our main chassis brace there. It is not a diff in there. It's just a slipper clutch, so no diff. But our front and rear diffs, they feel good. They feel nice and smooth. There's a little bit of thickness in there, so they're definitely oiled up. Or greased up, however you want to look at it. Same with the shocks, nice and oil filled. Overall, like I said, my Rogue One, I beat the heck out of it, and that truck is awesome. It's super fun. It's a little unruly. It's pretty fast. I think this guy's a little slower for some reason. I don't know if it's the gearing or the wheel size. I'm not 100% sure on that, but we will test it and we'll get a speed on there. But the website listing shows it's a little bit slower than the Rogue One. But that might be a good thing just because the Rogue One was so fast, especially on the larger pinion. It does come with an extra 21 tooth pinion, like I said. So that's going to be fun. You can get in there and change that if you want. I always like when manufacturers include upgrade parts or little adjustable things so that you can get in there, kind of work on the car, break out a screwdriver, and enjoy what the hobby's really about, which is tinkering and building and fixing and then driving too. We love driving, but I like it when people get their hands on the into the stuff, into the rigs. All right, the aluminum chassis here. It is a 60-61 aluminum chassis, but our shock towers are 70-75 aluminum, so super high strength on the shock towers. They are super durable. Like I said, same shock towers on the Rogue One, and we beat it. We beat it bad. You can see we scraped the heck out of our shock tower there. We were running it as a Halloween spider. I don't know if you saw on our channel, but we had it dressed up as a spider. It was this huge spider running around the streets, and it flipped over a lot because I was chasing kids and yeah, having fun. Let's see. All right, our pivot pins here, aluminum in the front. The backs, yeah, they're plastic. I think that's fine though. The front's what takes most of the damage, most of the hits. So you don't really need it in the back, although they do offer upgrades, so if you want to upgrade it, you can. The aluminum fronts are an upgrade from the Rogue One. The Rogue One did not have the aluminum fronts, so that's nice that they gave that here on this guy. What else? I think we're good for now. I like that the shocks are fully adjustable here on both the A-arms and the shock towers. I think there's 3 holes in the shock tower. Yeah, there's 3 different positions in the shock tower, 2 in the A-arms, and that applies to both the front and the rear. So adjustability there, which is super nice. And yeah, I just love all the little green accents for all that aluminum. Very cool. These are aluminum shock bodies and aluminum caps, but they are plastic link ends, both on the bottom and the top, which I actually kind of like that. It gives a little bit of flex. A lot of times when you do full aluminum shocks, full metal shocks, you end up bending things, especially the shock shaft. So this will help protect the shock shaft from bending, which is nice. What else we got here? I don't know. If you really want to deep dive, we go real deep into the Rogue One. You can check that video out right over here. We open it all up. I'm not going to open this guy up completely. We can always do upgrade videos later. We'll show some of that stuff. But if you really want to see deep, the Rogue One video for sure, check that out. Again, it's going to be the same on everything in here, with the exception of like the chassis length. So I'll go ahead and compare them side by side. So the Rogue One does have a wheelie bar on the back. No wheelie bar on this guy. Not really necessary. Again, it's a little bit longer chassis. You can see here. But the width is going to be the exact same. It's just Rogue One's got much larger tires on it. So same width, just a little bit longer chassis. So everything that's not related to the chassis length is going to be pretty much the same, with a few minor upgrades. Like I said, these pivot blocks, and I think that's the only real difference there. Obviously our body mounts are going to be different. Other than that, you know, same everything else. Same tie rods, sway bars, diffs, all going to be the same. So very cool. I like that they're offering kind of 2 different platforms here. Well, not platforms, but 2 different styles. We have more of a monster truck basher and then more of a buggy. Buggies are cool for racing. They're a lot more stable because of the length. And yeah, a little bit lower center of gravity because you have smaller tires and the lower streamlined body, stuff like that. So I'm a huge fan of buggies. We got a little dirt track in the back. We'll try to maybe run this guy there. Right now it's full of pine needles, so I don't know. We'll see. But yeah. All right, I'm going to go ahead and put all the stats up here. We can look at them. It tells you the scale, the model name, the tire size. This does look like it has a 16-tooth pinion stock. Again, 21 if you want to do that. Speed pinion. It tells you the spur gear sizes. You can see all that stuff here. So if you want to check it out, go ahead and pause. Also on their website. And then here are the dimensions of the buggy, which give you a good idea of the size if you can't tell from the video. But it's 120 millimeter wheelbase. The total length is 335. The width to the outside of each tire is going to be 206, and then the height is going to be 120 millimeters tall. I think it's got something like 35 millimeters of ground clearance here. So yeah, this guy should be awesome little off-road buggy to run. Let's go ahead and power it up. We've got the battery all in there, plugged in. Go ahead and turn on our transmitter. This is a Dumbo transmitter, just rebranded for Rlaarlo here. I kind of wish I had foam, but not a huge deal. It shouldn't be too hard to one-handed drive if you need to. I kind of wish this was not so protruding would make it a little easier to one-handed drive there. But we do have our throttle dual rate. Looks like it's down at 75% out of the box, which is nice. If you want that extra speed, you crank it up to 100. We have our steering, trim, and I guess steering dual rate. These are kind of weird. Steering dual rate and steering trim, I assume. Maybe, I don't know. We'll see. Let's turn it on and we'll find out. I do love that this guy comes with a little fan, help keep that ESC cool. It would be nice to have that fan on the motor. Get this guy set up on a box here. So this top one definitely is the steering trim. You can see that happening here. I don't know why they label these incorrect. I really wish they would fix that. It doesn't help new people when you don't have that information. Is this dual rate for the steering? I can't tell. They're also single presses. You can't just hold it down. So that's kind of annoying. Oh yeah, that is. This is dual rate. So the top one is your steering trim. This one that says trim is actually your dual rate or endpoints. So you can turn this way down if you have too much steering. So that's good to know. So that's something that's kind of nice for somebody newer or a kid. You can turn down their dual rate on their steering just a little bit so it doesn't turn quite as much if it's too squiggly for them, and then you can turn down your throttle quite a bit, right? So give it full throttle and you can like really crank down your throttle. That way we're not going to just bash it up too bad. Or if you're ready to go rip all the way, woo, that thing is no joke. Yeah, buddy. Woohoo! All right, let's go run this thing. We'll get our speed test in, and probably jump it a little bit. This little guy fit in here. I don't know. GPS. Maybe I can strap it under the battery here with the battery. I don't know if that's the best idea, but it'll work. Yeah, with the body on there, we'll be good. We'll be good. I do love the way this thing looks. So cool. Such a cool looking car. Look at that. Nice suspension. All right, let's go run this guy. Here we go. We're going to go ahead and start this guy. Let's see what it looks like. Woo, buddy. It goes. Stop. Read. 39 miles an hour. That's on the stock pinion. 16 tooth pinion. We can go up to a 21. It'll really rip then. That might be too much. This guy's already no joke. Oh, get back here. Need to get our jump out. All right, so we've got our Vector XL from Crawler Tracks, some serious terrain. These things are awesome. They make them so that you can actually connect multiples together and get a really wide ramp. We've actually got a second one. We just haven't gotten around to building it yet, but we will. This guy should be pretty, yeah. So we're gonna hit it a little bit, but let's just see here. Little jump. Oh, all right. I mean, this thing's pretty quick. Driving it one-handed's kind of rough here. I need to go get my mount for my phone. All right, we're all mounted up. Let's try now. We do need to get the other one built because it'll be a lot easier to hit. Oh man, that's gonna be rough. That's gonna be rough. It's so small. Definitely need to get good at our aim. Well, I guess we're durability testing, huh? Oh no. Oh no. Dunzos. Well, that's unfortunate. Oh, what? Found the screws? Well, that's a thing. That's crazy. We lost three screws. 3 screws came out. So we've only got 2 here. Where's the third one? We'll have to look. That was lucky. Well, that sucks. Let's get back over to our bench. Ugh. And I guess we'll look at it real quick. One thing I realized is kind of cool is that you can turn it on and off without having to take the body off. So that's nice. But yeah. So I think that was probably my fault. I mean, we hit it pretty hard. We got pretty good air and then landed literally right on the back of the wing. So I don't know. That's still, I mean, we beat the hell out of the Rogue One and it never had an issue there. Never. Not once did we break there or anything. I wonder if this brace makes a big difference because this guy doesn't have that brace because of the body. I also wonder if the body helps a ton by having the body in there. I mean, but we did, you can see we sheared off our body posts when we were running it with no body when we had the spider on top. So we did flip it a couple times and you can see we kind of dinged it up, but we never broke the mount for the shock mounts, where the shock mount mounts, where the shock mount mounts. And yeah, this time it definitely did. It literally pulled the screws right out. So broke the top one off and pulled the bottom ones out. That's wild. Wild, wild, wild. All right, well, so I think what needs to happen here is you need to have the rear brace from like the Rogue One. So if you look at the Rogue One, this rear piece, just this rear bumper, you don't need the wheelie bar and all that, but see how there's a brace here and the rear bumper? Like if that would mount right up into this same spot here, which it looks like it would, no problem, right into those existing holes on the middle there. Yeah, it's all there, all the same stuff. Having that rear bumper on there, well, it probably doesn't look the best. You don't need the whole bumper either, actually. All you really need, well, is the rear, this part, and then the brace. Or they could have made a brace that just went straight from the upper towers down to where your pivot block is. Just kind of like right there. Just a straight shot kind of brace to hold up there. Because without this brace and without this front brace, I think you've got a pretty weak point there. I almost worry about the front because we've got the brace here. See that? But we don't have a brace, and we got the bumper. But on the front here, there's no brace of any kind. I guess we have this bumper. So that'll help brace it some. But yeah, that sucks. It's the diff housing as well. So I'd almost rather have broken like the wing mount or maybe even the shock tower over breaking the diff, right? Like you'd almost rather break the shock tower than break the diff housing. because that's easier to change. The diff housing is a little bit more of a pain in the butt. Yeah, I don't know, guys. We'll get it fixed. To be continued. Like, subscribe, share. Hit that notification bell. That way you know what happens with this guy.